Today we're going to talk to you about cooking. And if you love to cook, then you're going to enjoy this.
But if you're someone who hates the whole process of cooking, and there's a lot of you out there, I know. Yeah, you don't like to cook. But I love to cook. We're going to show you how it can become a big part of your life. And we want to help show you how it can be fun and exciting. We promise by the end of this video, you're going to have a whole new perspective on cooking, right?
I hope so, because...
What do you mean you hope so?
Well, because I don't love it as much as you do. For me, it's like sustenance and out. But cooking in retirement can open so many possibilities in your life. You can definitely make it social.
Like we do.
That part I love.
Yes, you do.
You can learn new techniques. That part you love.
I do.
And you can get some of the latest gadgets.
Yeah, I love the gadgets.
And some super inexpensive ways to make cooking fun. And you do love your gadgets.
I do. So we're going to share our tried and true process for making cooking easier and less of a chore. Basically, as we said, more enjoyable. Even for the person who doesn't love cooking. Right. And then at the end of the video, we're going to share with you 4 ways to bring fun into cooking. And as a bonus, we tagged on a video we did in our kitchen that shares with you our favorite kitchen equipment, tools, and gadgets.
And you're gonna need to believe that there's fun in it, because I'm the CFO of our family.
What does that mean?
CEO. No, I'm the Chief
Fun Officer. Yeah.
So if I think it's fun, I think you're going to think
so. Make
it's
sure
fun.
You stay to the end, because we want to share with you all the tools we use that are fun.
But we also know it can be a burden at times, thinking of what to cook and finding a recipe and making a shopping list. By the way, those burdensome things are all my role.
Well, and then you have to head to the grocery store.
That's why I don't like cooking, because you
maybe.
give me all the crappy things to do.
I don't give you anything. You just do it on yourself. But going to the store is a bit of a problem. And there's a bit of a COVID hangover, so whether you wear a mask or not, I don't know. But then you got to bring it all home. You have to prep it and cook it. And as a solo retiree, then you need, you're going to eat alone, and that can be really hard.
Well,
so
eating alone and cooking for one can definitely be hard, unless you cook for multiple days.
But we have to eat, right?
We all have to eat, and going out every night is definitely unhealthy and expensive. So cooking at home can save you money, and it can also get you to learn how to cook and find new favorite foods.
Yeah. But before we go any further, we want to introduce ourselves. My name is Mark Rollins.
And I'm Jody Rollins, and we started Retirement Transformed in 2017. Not only for us, but for you and the other 10,000 people turning 65 every day.
Now, we do not focus on the financial aspects of retirement, but rather lifestyle, health, relationships, cooking, and more.
Cooking, you added that.
I added cooking.
If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button and also the notification button, so you'll get notified when our new videos come out.
Yeah, and we also want to make sure if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. But let's jump in and break down how to make cooking easy and less of a burden. First of all, you need to marry someone like Jody who's going to do the hard part.
That's right. No. Because the first thing you need to do is plan it. And like everything in your life, you need to have a plan.
Yeah, and if you have a plan, you're going to have a better outcome for sure. So planning is also going to take away that last minute pressure. So we start planning Sunday night for the week.
Definitely. Sunday night, we kind of sit down and figure out what nights are we around. We usually pick 3, maybe 4 nights that week that we're going to cook. If we have other engagements at night, or maybe we want to try a restaurant, we do that the other couple nights, or if we're entertaining, which we have been. So, what I usually do is I pick 3 easy recipes, but all of them have to kind of fit within what we're eating and our dietary restrictions. We also use Epicurean.
Yeah, it's a great app.
Which is a great app to find
recipes. To find recipes, and then store recipes, leave comments on them. But it also creates a shopping list for you, which is awesome. So you can pick 3 different meals for the week and get one huge shopping list, which is great.
Because there is nothing worse than walking into your favorite grocery store with no idea why you're there.
So you're thinking about cooking this week. Think of your favorite foods. I mean, what are some of the foods that you ate growing up that you miss? My go-to is a roast chicken. I love cooking a roast chicken. If we cook a roast chicken on a Monday night, we have leftovers for 3 days. So if you pick that, that's a good way to start. And if you've never cooked a roast chicken, it's probably the easiest thing in the world to learn how to do, and it tastes great.
You know, I would also pick some sides, and that's really where I kind of get more creative on some of our dishes. You know, if you do this right, you can shop on Monday for the whole week, and by using Epicurean as an app, you can really create that shopping list that becomes a time saver and relieves the burden of whomever is going to do your shopping.
All right, so second thing is now it's time to cook. So it's whatever time it is, 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and you're going to cook dinner. Get everything out on the counter. Get your recipe out.
What's my job?
What?
Continuing to get everything out and prepared for the talent, for the chef just to walk in.
So get everything out, get your recipe, get your cutting board, get your tools and all of that. Read the recipe so you know exactly what has to happen. And you need to start thinking about timing too, but...
Yeah, definitely. And you know, if you can do that together, you both can help. And I joke with Mark that he is our lead chef, but I'm always there as a sous chef to help. And then I do other things, like I'm always turning on music.
Right.
It's always fun for me, not as much for you, but I'll open a bottle of wine and maybe have a glass of wine if I'm so moved. And then I'm there to really encourage you as our top chef.
Right. So everything's out, recipe's ready to go. Now the prep. All the prep's got to be done first. If you do all the prep in the beginning...
And what do you mean by prep?
So what I mean by prep is slicing and dicing, measuring your seasonings and putting them in little containers. It just makes it easier to do that. Prep the protein, so if you're going to salt and pepper it or garlic powder, whatever you're going to put on there, get everything ready. And also get a sense on how long everything's going to take, and that's in the recipe. It's great if you can get it all cooked and finished at the same time, but it's not always that easy.
So I'm kind of laughing because now picture my countertop with everything out and then prepped and in 1,000 little bowls. Since I'm in charge of dishes.
1,000? Maybe
1,000
6.
little bowls.
Exaggerator.
And, you know, they don't all fit in the dishwasher.
Right.
But anyway, it is hard to get everything finished at the same time. You know, chicken might take an hour, potatoes with chicken and vegetables, and then you got to steam those and kind of get everything to finish. And you are actually really good at timing dinners.
The other thing
to
is...
like show up at the same time.
In our kitchen, which we're so fortunate to have, we have a warming oven. So that everything goes in there and then it's all ready at the same time.
You are the ambassador of warming ovens,
I think. Oh my gosh, I am. So now it's time to cook. It's showtime. So you want to get excited about what you're creating. You want to follow the recipes. You can't leave the stove. That's the biggest fault I see people cooking. They just kind of turn their back on it, and then you just have a disaster.
You're saying that because our kids are here, and they'll start cooking something, and then all of a sudden be in the shower.
So it's it's an hour-long process, and you have to just jump into it and enjoy it and watch it get cooked and taste it once in a while. It really, really can be fun.
So satisfying to you.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. You know, and I think the key is, and you say this all the time, you know, you don't have to be perfect. You know, you can make mistakes along the way. I know I've made mistakes in just buying things. You know, often parsley looks like cilantro, or, you know, you have to be really, really particular, and they will make your dish taste wildly different. But, you know, look at this as a learning exercise. You know, when it's all done, embrace what you did and all that you've accomplished.
Right. Now, we did our 4 tried and true practices to make cooking, you know, that's how we do it. And we'll probably do more episodes on this. But let's give you 4 things where you can make cooking more fun for yourself. The first thing by far, take some cooking lessons. Honestly, online, YouTube, or a local chef might come to your house and help you. But learning some new techniques on even how to dice an onion makes it more fun.
Yeah, it definitely does. And one night a month, the second thing I would say is maybe invite some friends over to help. You know,
to cook together, right?
To cook together, or even if you have family in your home, you know, or go to different homes, try different recipes. But I think when you add like another element in, it always makes it fun.
So we've done this before. We have had a chef come to the house and hold a cooking class in our kitchen.
So this is the third thing.
Yeah. Hold a cooking class in our kitchen. You can have wine, you can pick foods you want to eat, and again, you do that with 6 people. It really can be a lot of fun to make cooking, again, more fun.
And you can also split that cost amongst everyone that's there, so it doesn't have to be super expensive.
And the 4th one is go to a cooking store and buy some new gadgets It's like the greatest thing. If you've ever walked in a Sur La Table or a Williams Sonoma, I know they're high-end.
Or a local one.
I know they're high-end, I know they're expensive, but you can get ideas in there. Or we have a great local store here in town, and they have all the greatest gadgets.
Weekend Kitchen.
Yeah, and what you want to do is you want to talk to the owner. You're a beginner chef, you hate cooking. What's a good way to start? All of a sudden now you've got a friend who's going to help you with that. And some of the new tools, first of all, sharp knives. In a minute we're going to share with you all of our gadgets and favorite cooking tools at the end, so don't go away. But really having like a sharp set of knives is really number one on the list, and a cutting board.
So there's 3 places I can lose Mark on a weekend. Well, actually 4. One would be like Lowe's or Home Depot, or the other would be a hardware store.
Right.
The other would be a cooking store, and I guess the golf course is the other one.
Maybe. We'll see.
Listen, cooking can be a chore, and I definitely agree with you if you're nodding your head yes on that. But we have to eat. So we make some dietary restrictions. We try to work with the Mediterranean diet, but cooking at home can definitely give you more control.
Yeah. We hope we gave you some great tips on how to make cooking more fun, more healthy, and exciting. Now I know here's what you've been waiting for. So directly from our kitchen, we are going to share with you our favorite cooking equipment and gadgets. So here we go. Well, here we are in our kitchen to share with you, as we promised, our favorite kitchen gadgets that make cooking fun and exciting for us.
Ready?
What's the first gadget?
First gadget I have?
No, first gadget we have.
Cutting boards.
Cutting boards. So you have to have a good cutting board. We love this Epicurean for a couple reasons. It has little rubber stoppers on it, so that when you put it down, it doesn't slide. Second thing is when you clean it, it cleans really well, and it doesn't retain any meat or smell or anything like that. So we love this whole line of Epicurean.
It also has the tray, so when you are cutting meat, it doesn't spill juice.
Right.
And
it's easy to store. Look at the size of that. So we put it right in our drawer with our slide. So you definitely need a good cutting board. The other thing you need, which might seem obvious, is knives. Now, everybody has carving knives, right? The thing is, are they sharp?
Well, I think the other thing is they're kind of personal, right?
Yes.
So we've tried all sorts of different knives.
Henkel's.
I did Cutco.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you hated them. But we tried a bunch of different knives. I actually had a knife from college that Mark finally threw out maybe last year.
It didn't cut.
But the thing about knives...
Jody used it for opening cans as well as cutting chicken.
Maybe even flowers. I don't know. But the thing about knives is they have to feel good in your hand.
Yeah, so
these are it.
Here's how you hold a knife. It has a good balance. So this is a 12-inch. This is a little fella, which we love.
And the brand is Misen.
Misen, and we're going to leave the links. But you need a good bread knife if you like fresh bread. To try to cut bread with this knife is near impossible. So we love the Misen knife line. There's a whole bunch of them. We have them in all our homes.
We do.
Both homes. And our kids have them. It's a great Christmas gift or a gift for a birthday for kids.
Gift,
yeah,
for sure.
So that's the knives. And wait a second. Sharp, they have to be sharp. So you need a sharpening stone.
I've never used that.
There's no, what is this? This is
I don't know, but that knife is getting close.
Willing or Schwilling, I don't know what it is, but it's a sharpening stone, no big deal. But you'll see online if you want to learn about this, you can sharpen it like this. I tend to do it this way. And you're meant to do this every time before you use it. And then you put it back in the drawer and you do it again. When it really starts to get dull, you have to go to your local store, hardware store, whatever, to get it sharpened. So that's knives. Sharp knives make it fun.
How about for beating?
For chicken.
For beating chicken, for hammering chicken.
So there's nothing like a good chicken cutlet. Gotta think most people like chicken cutlets.
When I first met Mark, he didn't eat chicken cutlets. He only ate chicken thighs and chicken wings.
And legs.
And legs.
That was it.
Yeah.
And they had that bones and skin.
And I only ate chicken cutlets.
Boneless, skinless. And I didn't even know what they were.
Right.
But it's an interesting piece of meat. It's very good. But it's fat at one end and thin at the other and sort of oblong, right? So what we do with this, we put down a piece of saran wrap, put 2 or 3 cutlets in there, saran wrap on top, and you bang them down with that to get them all about half an inch thick all the way across. So it does a couple things. First, the chicken itself, it breaks up the membrane inside and the fibers, and it makes it more tender. And then when you go to cook it, it cooks it evenly all the way through. When you cook a cutlet out of the wrapper in the store,
The fat bit might be okay, but as you go down, it's a little bit more dried out.
For me, it's a great way to relieve tension.
Yes.
After a day at retirement transformed, just banging on the chicken.
Right.
But this brand is called Rosle, and we'll put this in the link below. It's very heavy.
Okay. Probably my most favorite gadget in the kitchen is this 12-inch cast iron skillet, and it is incredible. We use it for everything. We cook in it all the time. This is by Smithey, Smithey. It's a heavy-duty, lifelong pan that you can gift to your kids. I mean, it really is amazing. So the beauty of cast iron is, if you season it properly, nothing ever sticks to it. Right. You have to keep it oiled. And when you go to clean it at the end of cooking, you can't use soap.
Right.
Absolutely cannot use soap. So you have to get your hands on one of these, which is just a steel mesh cleaner that you put it in the water, and you really just scrub it like this really hard, and all the junk comes out. Wipe it dry and oil it.
One thing I'd say about this pan is you have to be very protective over it. So if you have adult children and they want to help in the house and they say, we'll do the dishes, we always say everything but the pan. Yeah. Because we've seen it kind of get close to soap and detergent, and then it gets a little bit ruined. So we're pretty protective over our Smithey.
But the chicken cutlets, pound them, salt and pepper, olive oil, put them in the pan. 4 minutes each side. Then you take this pan and stick it in the oven at 350 for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. They come out amazing. Pork chops, steak, chicken. We use this all the time.
Shrimp.
Fish, oh my gosh, we do fish all the time.
Blackened fish,
blackened
shrimp.
Fish.
I think you made home fries in it yesterday.
Home fries in it yesterday, so it's good. But to go with that whole cooking thing, my most favorite gadget in the kitchen.
Wait, that was your most favorite.
This is my second most favorite.
Second most.
Can't cook without this. Who likes well done or underdone chicken? Nobody. So you need to get your hands on an Insta-Read thermometer. You put this in the meat and it gives you the temperature instantly. Chicken is 165. Pork chops are 135. Rare steak is 125. You'll never undercook or overcook a piece of meat again. And so many people overcook chicken.
They do.
So
I was a chicken overcooker.
Yeah.
Because I was afraid, because you've been pounded in your head that chicken and pork, honestly, could never, you had to overdo them. Otherwise you had salmonella.
Well, growing up, pork was always well done. Now I eat pork medium.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Oh, but this is the Thermapen MK4 thermometer. It is really worth the money to make sure.
That'll be a good link below.
Because the people don't like dried out chicken.
Right.
So they don't cook chicken because it's always dried out. Or tough pork chops.
For sure.
So this is a must-have.
Yeah.
A couple of fun little jobbies. Garlic. We do a lot of garlic. So you get fresh garlic cloves. You put it in this little roller. You put it down. You roll it really hard, like 2 or 3 at a time. They come out and all the wrapper is off, which is always a pain.
Right.
I then slice the garlic, and I use this little, I don't know what it's called, a garlic press.
Right.
And I go around the cutting board, and I push on top of each slice of garlic, and out through these holes come little bits and pieces of garlic that's fresh chopped for your recipe.
Definitely
Scoop
has
it out
more
with
flavor.
a spoon. Yeah, it's so much better.
And these are sur la table. These are just sur la table items for sure.
And not the last thing.
No.
Because the last thing is your thing.
Yeah.
This is just
because
a scraper.
I don't really cook.
I never had one of these till we took a cooking lesson at Sur La Table. So if you're doing a lot of chopping on the cutting board, onions or peppers, whatever, and you have to get them off, I used to pick this up and then take the knife and scrape it in a bowl. Now you use this, you just scoop it up like that and dump it in a bowl. It's really a very handy tool. Now the big pièce de résistance.
Ooh,
right?
Look at your French.
I know. This is Jody's toy. This is a game changer for your family and your health. Right?
This is a Breville Juicer, and it's a cold press juicer, and I love everything about it because it's fast, it's effective, it's cold. If your cucumber's going cold, it comes out cold. It doesn't make them hot with the blending motion like a blender would do. It is a absolute gem for cucumbers, celery, lemon, green apple, and ginger, and we'll do juicing probably 5 days a week. After yoga, there's nothing better to quench your body than a great juice. The downside is, it is a pain in the neck to clean.
They all are.
So, the one thing this is another item in our kitchen that when our adult children are here and I make juice for everybody and they say, don't worry, I'll clean up. I'm protective over my juicer so that I'm sure that it gets really clean. A lot of it is dishwasher safe.
Right.
I think this is the only component that is not dishwasher
Well, you have to
safe.
also, I don't know if I can open
Yeah, you have to
this.
scrub that.
I don't know how to get this out.
It's
I
'cause
won't
you
take it
use
apart. But the little grinder in here comes out and you clean that with a hand brush.
Right. But this is a gem
put the-
and it's really good for you.
And Jody makes the greatest juices. Every day it's different. She always puts a little bit of a different mix in there. Some
Sometimes
ginger, cayenne, celeries, baked carrots, whatever. And it just gives you really great. You know, when you eat that juice either with lunch or mid-morning, it just gives you a burst of energy.
Because it is so much work to clean, the rule in my house is if I make a juice and you've signed up for a juice and you don't drink a juice, no juice for you the next day.
Well, we hope you enjoy this. These are some of our favorite kitchen gadgets to make cooking more fun, more exciting, and bring some fun and life into the kitchen. We'd love for you to leave in the comments below your favorite kitchen gadget and look forward to
cooking.
happy cooking.